Now, a lot of Conservatives have been wondering where Senator Jacinta Nampijinpa Price has been. She's been largely absent from the Coalition's campaign so far. She was instrumental in prosecuting the case for the Voice referendum, the Coalition's case against the Voice. And Patrick, she's undoubtedly one of the most effective, one of the most popular politicians in the country. We will see more of her this week, but listen to the security requirements. A large team comprised of Australian Federal Police, State Police and private security specialists will be protecting Senator Price during her visit to the West Australian city of Bunbury on Friday. This is after threats of protest and follows Price being the target of aggressive and abusive behaviour when visiting a number of Indigenous communities. I really do hope that is not the reason behind her absence from the campaign. I just think it's a strategic mistake from the Coalition not to be capitalising on such an effective politician.
Look, it's a difficult one. She's very popular and she has been threatened in the past. I mean, fears for her safety are not totally unfounded in this sort of new paradigm of protests that we now live in, you know, since October 7. It's okay to actually be aggressive, to threaten to be violent, to menace people, and that's happened to her. And I mean, these measures that need to be put in place or are being put in place for a political engagement off the charts. I mean, it really does show how far Australia has shifted in the last 18 months, and it's really not good.
No, it hasn't been for the better. And we reported yesterday about the Liberals in disendorsing their candidate for the seat of Whitlam, Benjamin Britton, and discussed how ridiculous that was. Well, it's not getting any better for the new candidate. Britton will now be replaced by former New South Wales State Liberal MP Nathaniel Smith, and he's already facing attacks. The Guardian has done a bit of an attack piece outlining new Liberal candidate for Whitlam claimed Marxist brainwashing happened at Australian schools, God forbid. Apparently that is a highly controversial point of view in the eyes of The Guardian, who went on to report Smith's maiden speech to the New South Wales Parliament back in 2019. This is what he had to say. He said, "Political correctness in this country has gone too far. I believe childhood is a period of innocence. I want to see schools teach core skills, not agendas. I want my children to learn about history, geography, mathematics, Western civilization, science and the arts, not safe schools, gender fluidity and other forms of Marxist brainwashing." Patrick, I would have thought that's a fairly mainstream view, maybe not of The Guardian, but for most of us, what he said there is that whether you're Labor or Liberal, I think most parents would agree with that.
Absolutely. Look, it's not controversial at all. He said political correctness has gone too far. Well, I think most Australians really, let's be honest, a majority of Australians thought we reached the limit of that a long time ago, well before now. And to suggest that this is somehow dangerous or controversial, it's ridiculous. It's hitting right into the strike zone for the Coalition vote. That's the sort of people, they want to tap those sorts of feelings. And those feelings are very tangible and very strong.
Absolutely. Now, Teal MP Monique Ryan's campaign has set up its own youth branch, Youth for Mon, they call themselves, and they've posted this ad to their Instagram page.
Well, what we really need is a feminine. What? A feminine. Hit it like rum pom pom. Get it hot like Papa John. Authorised by A. Mishra Mulvin.
A phenomenon. I think I've heard that before.
Well, what we really need is a what? A feminine. Hit it like rum pom pom. Get it hot like Papa John.
Yes, let's borrow from that brilliant campaign. Now let's have a look at what's going on over at the Greens headquarters.
Authorised by J. McCall, Australian Greens, Canberra.
That's the Greens when they're not just being complete neo-Marxists, they're doing that. Labor's also been hard at work. We've played plenty of their ads this week. Have a look at this one.
Well, I wasn't able to cut everyone I wanted to. I have cut a lot of you. Wendell is cut. Rudy is cut. Janie, you're gone. Stephen, I like your hustle. That's why it was so hard to cut you. Congratulations. The rest of you made the team. Except you, and you.
Authorised P. Erickson, ALP Canberra.
Interesting, both the Liberals and Labor have used the Simpsons for the social media ads. I don't know what the copyright arrangements are there. I don't know how they're getting away with it, but they are. What do you make of that? It's some of it's funny, some of it is cringeworthy, but how effective will it all be?
I think if I was Lady Gaga's people, I'd be getting on the phone to the Greens straight away. I mean, that's a beautiful song. It's just been ruined by...
Cease and desist immediately.
Yes, infantile sort of politicking. Look, social media's got a place in this campaign that it hasn't had before. The big worry with it is that the fake news thing, where you can put a premise and it's not challenged, it actually stands alone in isolation. Look, some of those ads can be funny. I think those Simpsons ads are good. Like, there's some creativity there. You can actually watch it and smile.
Yeah.
But when you're sort of looking at very basic, very juvenile type sort of, we don't like Peter Dutton. He's Voldemort in effect. It really does bring down the whole tone of something that sort of starts at a low base anyway at the best of times.
There's just so much more you could do. And yeah, that's the best the Greens could manage.